Okay, let's do it.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hello. Hey.
I'm
Uh,
how are you?
I'm good.
I'm just dropping a note into OG tool. Oh, they have like a 30-minute call, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give them a shot.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm curious, yeah, because I looked at a lot of these things and yeah, I really don't like the notion of like just having a spam machine and going and like cold DMing people. It seems like they're doing something a little different, so I like
Yeah,
that. It's more aligned, I think.
that's great.
We talked.
So, yeah, that would be a fun thing for BitterClip is like if you mention somebody, it like auto drops their auto pings them on X.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's good to like have like conversations in public, Like, and I think that's
Hmm.
more like what they're doing. I think that makes a lot more sense. Not like, hey, like let me slide in your DMs and like pitch you my like thing I'm selling. It's like it may be appropriate in some cases, but like I wouldn't trust an AI to just like go do that. Just I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I
No,
need to get over myself,
I
but
was saying in our recording, since we're shouting out Maddie
yeah,
twice, it
exactly.
would be
Exactly.
cool if it yes, it is conversations in public. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just filling out the form there and I'm gonna put see.
Nice.
I'm putting a shout out to our episode. Uh
Okay.
so she
Cool.
can like check it out. Okay, cool.
Have
Oh, their
have you
schedule
read
is broken. Oh no, it works. Okay, it's a little slow.
anything about Fable 5?
Oh, I mean I'm using it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using it.
Um, cool.
Yep.
I haven't read anything. I saw it came out.
I mean it
Not
doesn't
that.
feel a whole lot different. It's definitely maybe a little bit smarter. I haven't really been putting it through its paces yet, but it seems nice. I like it. I started doing something related to a pitch deck, which it's been really good exercise. It's been really useful
That's great.
to just create like a distilled artifact, and it's also
Yeah.
kind of like been forcing me to reground because I feel like there's all these different things that kind of like can pull me in all these different directions, and then I'm like, wait a second, like why did I do this crazy thing and quit my job? Like it was because I felt like I'm seeing things rationally and I have to test that, you know? And the thesis and a sort of pitch deck is like forcing me to like confront that and ask, do I still believe it? If so, am I acting in accordance with it? And like so forth. And it also really clarified a conversation with Rohan that I had earlier today, where the initial kind of concept that he was kind of floating was, okay, let's try to make it more of like a bespoke package, get a few early adopters at like a higher price point that help like shape the product. And
Hmm.
as I was like doing the thesis, the pitch deck, kind of going all down to it, it's like, no, well, at the core, the thing that got me so interested is like calling like bullshit on the market and being like, no, like things have changed fundamentally, and that like that link you sent me, like structuring a company like around the shape of possibility with AI and a human operator at the core who's like in a mind meld with it is like is what's interesting.
Yeah.
And that means the bitter part of it, it means that yes, you are building stuff that look like these internet vending machines that are not the same thing as in BitterClip's example, as a Descript or an Opus Clip, which have a funded team and 300 employees and all that overhead. It's going to be a different product, and and that's a specific thing, and the main thing is like it's actually not a premium product. It's a cheaper product. It's Chamath's like 80/90 thing, but on steroids. Like
Hmm.
that's the thing where I'm like, no, that was always the vision, and I still think it is. So in some ways, I was like, okay, no, yeah, actually, if I really like dig in, like that's what I actually believe. I think that's what's interesting. And so now I'm more thinking like BitterClip, I want to make it like as cheap as possible. Like I want to make it like annoying to do script in BitterClip. Be like, God damn it, this one guy who has four kids to feed in an expensive area. that's his overhead, and like a couple of GPUs. Um, is like super annoying, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's I think what's interesting. And that's repeatable. And I want to prove it with BitterClip, but it's just one probe. Like I walked Rohan through my pitch deck. I was like, hey, before I talk to you, I like want to show you this because I want you to see how I'm thinking about it. And then he was like, yeah, actually pretty aligned with like what I'm saying. And actually it was like a relief to him because he's like, yeah, like otherwise there's like all this tension. You know, he's been building his agency and then he doesn't want to like let me down, and it's not clear like what's what anymore, you know, and like what's expected and so forth. And so, anyways, I think it was good. It was good progress. And I he ended up signing up, so I have customer number two.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm mulling all this over. So yeah, it was really good that you kind of pushed me to do that. And maybe not this show because I have to do a hard stop here in like 15 minutes, unfortunately today. But we should go over it. And I've been
Yeah.
using the new Fable model to kind of iterate on it a little bit. And it's nice. But still the same
Cool.
issues. You still kind of need to beat it over the head to be like, nah. Like I feel like a pitch deck is the same as like a landing page. It's like very human centric, you know? And it's like the good and novel is like really right there. Like, and
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
the kind of thing where you can be like, hey, look at all my context and put together a nice pitch deck. It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a good exercise and I think a really useful artifact that I can just keep
And
coming
then
back
I
to.
said this yesterday offline when we were talking too, but I love a memo. I mean, memos can often convey things better.
Mm-mm.
So maybe that's a good thing to write.
Yeah, I mean, I am doing it as like a deck, but it's a HTML deck, so I kind of like having each
Oh,
page be like a concept. But yeah,
yeah.
it started off as just a markdown file, and then I was like,
Yep.
because I also realized that like visuals really matter. So like I'm trying to think of it like that. It's
That's
almost like a landing page in many ways, just aimed at a slightly different audience of like
yeah. Yep.
what is this enterprise in the
That's
picture
awesome.
here.
I think that's such a cool thing to do. Sounds like fun too.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I'll invite you to the repo, of
yeah.
course. So
Yep.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? I just to respond to like making it as cheap as possible. That's you remember that from like a famous Jeff Bezos quotes, like some companies will try to figure out how to charge their users as much as possible, and some will try to figure out how to charge their users as little as possible.
Hmm.
We're going to be the company who charges as little as possible.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, um, I wonder, does that mean could you charge like only compute or something like that? Like it's $2 less compute.
Maybe. Yeah, exactly. There might be a way to do that. I think where it gets weird is if BitterClip is also like serving content. So because there's like bandwidth costs like through a CDN. And in that case,
Oh,
yeah,
if
I would
it's
probably just
serving,
want to do
yeah.
a pass through. Like because be my a lot of people want to like embed a video on their site and they don't want like a YouTube player. Like, you know, that's why a lot of people pay like Vimeo and stuff because you can just
Yeah.
embed it and like serve video with like white labeled. So
Yeah.
like I think
Yeah.
BitterClip could be useful for stuff like that. I think if you open up a distribution
Sounds
angle,
like a beat too,
there's lots of interesting stuff. It's a natural fit. Um,
right?
and so yeah, but yeah, that's sort of now what I'm wrapping my head around is like, okay, I wanna like I'm going to Hong Kong like Thursday night. My hours are going to be
Yeah.
reduced, and I'm
Yep.
kind of telling myself I mean it's billing is live. You can sign up, you can use it. There's a couple of rough edges. I want to get my YouTube app approved so that you don't need to reconnect every 7 days.
Yeah.
I think stuff like that is kind of table stakes. A couple things like that, but for the most part, like it's functional. I'm using it. It's working. Um, and but yeah, now I'm just thinking, okay, how can I make the pricing like good? I want to put together a referral program so that I can like enable Rohan. I think that's just the most practical thing. Every I'm thinking I'm thinking the way to structure it is if there's a recurring like the person doesn't churn or ask for a refund the first month, like if there's like a second month renewal, if there's a renewal, then basically the referral partner gets paid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what yet, but obviously I want to make it compelling, and then that is maybe just like the way to start for now, and see like before we get
Yeah.
too ahead of ourselves.
Oh, that's then you can do affiliate programs, meaning you
Yeah.
can incentivize influencers to talk about it, and
Mhm.
they talk about it because they want people to sign up so that you'll pay them $20 for every sign up,
Mhm.
and you can pay them $20. They basically get a bounty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of stuff just seems way more aligned, right? If there's someone like the whole like influencer thing, like yeah, it's probably something to figure out. There's probably ways where it just like makes sense. Like who knows? Like on all these shows, like a TBPN, like yeah, they probably are dropping. There's probably a lot of. I mean, maybe now they're acquired, it's different. But prior to that, I would. I mean, I think that's kind of the game. If you're like a professional podcaster, you're kind of naturally just working stuff in that's aligned with you. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yep.
I remember the Cognitive Revolution podcast when the Nathan Labenz they got acquired by like A16Z, like they he would always sell Incogni, which like yeah maybe I should get a referral link like sign up below
Right.
but like it's good I like signed up for it. I like it have you used the service?
Nope.
It basically there's like a law that you can ask yourself to be removed from all these databases. And so
Oh
I'm
yeah.
literally like in thousands of these like people search databases, and it's like, no, I don't want that. It has like your address and like your family
Right.
member. It's like all kinds of stuff in there,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want to be in any of those. And so it just
Mhm.
you give them like a power of attorney, and they just like file those removal reports for you automatically. And it's like, yeah, it's I like that. I don't think that's
Mhm.
scammy at all. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna put an
I agree.
incognito referral link below. You
Yep.
know.
I like that too. PewDiePie also is a referral partner for
I
them.
noticed that. Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's
Yep.
cool. Like that's I think that's good. I think that's natural alignment. That's a market finding overlap
Yeah,
and alignment. So
definitely.
that's the kind of stuff I want to learn a little bit and actualize. So yeah, lots of kind of clarity forming and then
Yeah.
um yeah. And I think then there's, the bigger story of what you're exploring with like going after some really like way further out from this like AI hype cycle like core and going out to like really far away to these like service industries where there's clearly also opportunity. Um, and I don't think it's actually that easy. I think that in some ways the incumbents have accrued a lot of knowledge, and if they're savvy enough, could lever that really hard.
Yep.
Um, and that's, I think, the discovery process of like, where is our things at really? And so that's why I was like trying to, we got you a bitter box now, and I feel like we need to just start prototyping and get stuff like kind of see where the rubber meets the road, and
Yeah.
hopefully like the folks that you're
Yeah,
like,
it's fun to talk to friends in like different industries and ask, where are you at on AI?
mhm,
Where is your industry at on
mhm,
AI?
mhm,
And like scope out opportunities,
mhm.
S-
Um,
scope out the unknown
yeah, no,
or
but like
the not known to many.
like with the porta potty software stuff, I feel like it's very nebulous to me right now what like how strong our edge is in terms of like the ability to just build product really quickly and morph it really, really quickly
Yep.
to adapt to the actual demand um, versus the incumbent position. And yeah, that's sort of a concept right now, and I think we need to like bring it into practice. And so I think that actually means like having an MVP product and
Hmm.
sitting down with Scott
Yeah.
and any other stakeholders to like yeah, just start like morphing it right there and seeing just really pushing, be like, hey, like we're gonna get together every day and spend a couple hours like cranking on this, and let's see what a week of effort looks like here. And I think it'll be obvious where it's like, okay, well, yes, obviously we can replace our whole stack. Or obviously this is much harder than we might
Right.
think.
Right.
And that's I think would be a really good calibration to kind of yeah, like explore that side of the business where it's like, okay, these aren't really like internet vending machines so much. Like they're a little bit more bespoke than that. Um,
Mm,
and that could be okay. Because I think I've kind of been moving away from like the automated internet vending machine a little bit, like in terms of like the initial discovery, but also like I'm not like abandoning it. I still feel like it's the correct thing to aspire to in terms of like maximizing like AI leverage. Um,
mhm,
so there's like a tension, but at the same time, I actually came back to a concept I really like from Brian Remmel, which is like it's not AI, it's IA. It's like intelligence amplifier,
I
which like
remember that.
recenters it on like the human insight,
Yeah.
and that the whole point of Bitter is a machine to turn like human insight into something like valuable and actionable and tangible. Like that's what's interesting. That's the thing. And so I feel like you and your explorations is really like pushing on that aspect of it, which is really cool. Um, so yeah,
Mm.
this is kind of all that's kind of floating around in my head. Um,
Internet vending machine is great. I mean, the other way to look at internet vending machine or like the maybe the I don't know, the more reasonable thing to build in that space is just it just means like small useful SaaS apps.
yeah,
And maybe small useful SaaS apps are no longer thought of as like SaaS apps and like small useful agent wrappers.
could be,
Mm,
could
right?
be.
But it's not, it's maybe, it's also maybe not fair to say agent wrapper because even think about BitterClip, like it is a wrapper on, like there was a model behind it, but it doesn't feel like a wrapper because there's so much interface on top of it that doesn't just naturally exist.
I view it as an appendage. Like it's just a enabler. It's a utility. It's unhobbling something. Like the
Hmm.
capabilities there, but the just a reliable mechanism to convert the video from this into something legible and export render primitives, all this stuff. These are just things that the agent would have to rewrite from scratch every time. And I think over time, like I was also telling Rohan this, in some ways, like I expect BitterClip to pretty much get absorbed in a couple of years. Like it's not like I don't
Long
think it's
term.
that durable, really, in terms of like a product. I think that over time, it may not be like enough, and it may just get absorbed. Um,
Yeah.
and it or it may not, but it may well be the case that the first thing you did when I talked about it, you just like chucked a video into ChatGPT, right? And that was like the right instinct, right? You're like, well, like, is this even bitter pilled enough? It's like kind of like what you were questioning there. And
Yeah.
we saw it was like a little clunky, and it's unpredictable. That's now, but it may very well be that, OpenAI and Anthropic and Gemini, they all see this very clearly. Obviously, Google understands video very well. That, yeah, it may really be that you can literally chuck 100 gigabytes of video into it, and they have a BitterClip-like system to index it and diarize it in multimodal ways, extremely good or even better than what I'm currently doing. I don't see why they couldn't, and that this whole thing just gets mostly obsoleted, and that furthermore they just build first-class connectors to all these syndication
Yeah.
properties and everything else. And so, in some ways, BitterClip may just be an arbitrage, right, for like the 2 years where this doesn't happen, whether this
Totally.
materializes or
Yep.
not, and that's okay, um, because if they totally solve that problem, well, that's good. Then I don't need to maintain BitterClip anymore. Then I can focus on other stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of the idea of Bitter. It's like, hey, the floor is constantly moving, and as a company, focusing on what matters most needs to take that into account. It's not like an ultimatum, but it's like a strong factor. And so, yeah, it means that maybe I should be focusing on BitterClip right now as like an existence proof of like a repeatable sort of like probe that turned into something real with recurring customers. Like I think the real gate is like, well, the two customers now um, renew next month. That's like that would be like, okay, there's some more confidence. Like it's no
Yeah.
longer a probe. There's some value being generated. We have like more evidence. Um, and
You could also add like do some market sizing, like ask agents to help you. Like,
mm,
how much are people probably spending across the various clip
mm,
systems?
yeah,
Um, and then you can that helps you ask like, okay, if I believe that people are spending this much, what would it take? And then break it into like the US and globally or something like that.
mm,
And then the question is like, do I think that I can get some percentage of that? And if so, how much would it cost me to get that some percentage?
mm,
Um, and how long would it take?
mm,
Because if it's like, um, let's use, I'm making up numbers, there's like $1 billion are spent per year in the US on, or $100 million are spent per year in the US to, on like clip building software.
mm,
And the majority of it goes to these players, we could guess. If I can get 1% of it and I only have one employee, that's pretty freaking good. But
yeah,
how long will it take me to get that 1%? And 1% is how many buyers? Is it 1,000? Okay, how long does it take me to get 1,000? And what's like
mm,
my angle to get that
mm,
1,000? Am I getting it through like my presence on Twitter and being friends with people? Am I getting it through like a referral system?
mm,
Is
yeah,
it because I'm cheaper?
mm, mm,
Is it all of the above? What
mm,
are the like factors that make me that's like my unique value
mm,
proposition?
yeah. Yeah, no, I think yeah, that's right. And it's also why that question is kind of like I want to just steer like take a hard turn in terms of like a handcrafted sort of warm offer because yes, the first two customers are like warm. Like I know Rohan directly and
Yeah.
Andrew is like through a warm connection, right? The real
Yeah.
test will be like a completely random stranger finding it somehow and
Right.
signing up.
Right.
I think the next likely sale is going to be through Rohan, some kind of referral, which is basically a stranger because he may not
Yeah.
even like have a relationship with that person or a very vague one. Maybe they're connected on social media somehow, but not
Yep.
really. Um, and then just seeing how that orbit expands, I think that'll be like that's the real test of the machine, you know?
Yep.
And I think that's kind of yeah, that's
I
like
mean,
the
it could
core
be
focus.
Google, like in the Eric Ries, whatever that book is called.
That's something startup, right? Yeah,
The lean startup.
that's
You
right.
can spend $100 on Google text link ads
Hmm.
and see if anybody signs up,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
then see how much that costs. Like
Hmm.
I spent $100, I got one sign up,
Yeah,
or I
exactly.
spent $500 and I got one sign up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. No, it's
and how does it change? Like if it's just if maybe if it's $50 or if it's $100 every week,
yeah.
something like that, you can be like, okay, the change looks like the changes I made to the landing page from this week to next. Now my $100, I acquired two customers,
Hmm.
or I acquired zero customers.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think that kind of machinery I want to understand better.
Yeah,
I think I will probably work like let's see, maybe I'll talk to OG Tool and like I really like them and it seems like slam dunk to just partner with them or
yeah,
something. Maybe
yeah,
that's cool. Um, but I think also on my own, like that's kind of what I was saying.
totally.
Like there's one hand like leaning super hard into BitterClip, but then there's also like some diminishing returns in terms of like just piling on more features. Um, versus like maybe I should build out bitter leads to that 80% thing where at least I have like a core substrate that like my codecs and clods can like operate on, collaborate on with me in
Yeah,
terms of doing all kinds of go-to-market outreach in sort of these unstructured ways, where it's not like a cookie cutter formula. It's a search and learning process, but there is some method to the madness in terms of like how the record keeping works, and how sort of yeah the actuators and because ultimately you want these things to be able to reach out and do stuff, and yeah, at that point there needs to be some sort of approval surface and so forth. So like yeah, I
yeah.
think
I
that would
mean,
be.
or you could just buy some ads and then see if it works.
Yeah, but no, but even that, like it's a lot of work to click around and do that. I'd rather have
It's
um
okay.
like a bunch of different ads and analyze. You kind of need to like study them every day and like see, oh, this one's working, this one's not, like and have hypotheses. And this is kind of what I was building at Blue Shift. The first agent feature I built was a subject line optimizer, and it was basically it's designed to be a scientist. Like it forever keeps studying the different variants
Yeah,
and what's working and what's not, and how users react to it, and making hypotheses of like why, and it just like tirelessly does it. And
yeah,
it's not rocket science. It's just that no one has time to do this. It's like completely unreasonable for a
yeah.
human to do
But
this.
most services do that. I think that's even built into Google now. Like
Yeah.
they'll try different lines. Like
The question
that's
is, do they have the context on your business that you do to really represent it correctly?
doesn't matter. They have the pixel that on your screen that says, did the customers reach
Yeah.
purchase? And if and or
Yeah.
did they
Mhm.
start the checkout funnel?
Yeah. I think
Like
both are good.
context on your business. Um, I mean, they can read your website.
Right.
You know, that it doesn't need to know what you think is good. It needs to know what the customers think is good.
Yeah. Yeah. It does all depend on your website in some ways. Um, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
I
But that definitely sounds like a skill to hone because you've created so many things. If you have the maybe the really awesome next step is to figure out if you can bring those things, if you can get users on those things.
yeah, right.
Otherwise, they might as well not exist.
Exactly.
Which is the case this like case for things I've created too. I'm not like
Yeah, no, exactly.
yeah
It's actually part of the search and learning. And it's
yeah
like the hard part is like the culling is what makes it viable at all. Also, you just keep building up more and more
yeah yep.
mess, basically.
Well, I mean, when we love to use the tools that we know how to use already. So like the tool that you know how to use really well is how to build things. But and so the solution for everything is build. And um yeah, having the go-to-market tool built up or working with somebody who knows how to do that, like Ben, um,
Okay, yeah, I need to connect with Ben.
right, is
I know
another
you
way to
mentioned him
do
a
it.
couple times, and I was like trying to place it, but I'm horrible with
Oh
names.
yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I gotta jump early today right now.
good. Yep.
But I was good chatting, and then we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.